All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to our Pops concert tonight. We have two groups for you from the Suffield High School band program. We're going to hear from first the jazz ensemble. Here we have two pieces for you. And then after that, we'll move on. We'll hear the symphonic band. All of the music we're playing tonight is from some sort of movie or TV feature with the exception of this first piece. This first piece is called Things Ain't What They Used to Be. It's a classic Duke Ellington jazz tune. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. We heard from three soloists on that one. We heard first from James Peterson on the vibes. Kylie Cinderella on the trumpets. And then Amy Malapali on the alto saxophone. Jazz Band's got one more for you tonight. This next tune is going to be music from the movie The Incredibles by Michael Giacchino. We hope you enjoy music from The Incredibles. take probably about 10 minutes or so to reset the stage. Usually you don't see this because the chorus is singing. These kids are up here doing it quietly. Today you get to look behind the curtains. So we're going to get the stage reset. We'll take about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be back with some fun again. Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience as we get through that transition. This is a symphonic band. We have 3 pieces for you, all from movies or films. We're going to start with the theme from The Mandalorian, popular Star Wars series. Thank you so much. Thank you. You might be looking at the program and looking at the next piece and saying to yourself, I don't know anything about a movie with seals. Like, you're kind of racking your brain. What do you think? I'm terrible at movies, so I definitely don't know any movies with seals. Eric Whitacre is a composer primarily of choral music, and he was really becoming very, very popular with choral ensembles, especially also bands in the early 2000s. So he was gaining in popularity, and DreamWorks reached out to him and said, we want to do a movie about seals. And he says, great. And he wrote this piece. He loved it. He sent it off to them. And he never heard anything back. So he's sitting there and he's waiting, and he's growing in popularity. He's becoming very popular in sort of the classical music medium, not necessarily in movies yet. He's saying, what happened? Did they hate it? What's the deal? So finally, he reaches out to them, and he says, what's going on? You know, are you going to do my piece? What's happening? And they said, oh, we decided to not make the Seal movie. Instead, we're going to make Kung Fu Panda. So, slightly different, but this piece has become a really, really significant choral work and band work. We're excited to play it for you today. The band is really doing what the choir would do, and then we have joining us on stage here, Matt Legg, our senior pianist, is going to be playing piano for us on this. So we hope you enjoy Seal Lullaby by Eric Whitaker. Thank you so much. Before we move on to our final piece, I want to just acknowledge we have 3 seniors up here on stage who have done so much for this program. 2 of them have actually performed in all 3 ensembles that we're currently off right now: choir, jazz ensemble, and symphonic band. The third has done 2 ensembles, so we have lots to be happy for, lots to be proud of up here, and we're certainly going to miss these 3 students as they move on to the next chapter in their lives. So we'll start on the far end over there. Please stand, Dan Gleason on the tuba. And on the trumpet we have Dan Craig. And then over here on the piano we have Matthew Wright. So we're gonna, these 3 students, they've been great leaders for our program. Very, very involved. We're certainly going to miss them quite a bit. And we thank you so much for everything you've done for the program and helping make it is what it is today. So thank you so much. All right, before we move on to our final piece here, I just have a couple of announcements, a couple of different things. The first thing that I want to do is I want to share with all of you, and you may know this, but we have been recognized for the 2nd year in a row as one of the best communities in the country for music education. We're one of, I think, 39 in Connecticut and 900 in the nation to receive this designation. So this award comes from the NAM Foundation. It's the National Association of Music Merchants, and they also sort of look at the music education landscape and what's going on in schools really across the country to support music education. So this award, while it recognizes these students up here, it brings me to my next point, which is that we need to, or I want to, and we want to recognize all of the great things that happen in Suffield that help put these things into place. So we have a wonderful administration here from the assistant principals all the way up through our superintendent. Thank you to the parents who are working so hard and supporting these students, and especially our parent booster organization, which we'll come back to in just a moment. And just the general community for supporting what these students are doing up here. This is not a one individual student can do this. It takes a village to really build these musicians. To listen to them practice at home and those sounds that you remember from elementary school. It takes quite a bit, so thank you so much for your support. We appreciate that very much. Moving on to parents. So we have started this year a wonderful music booster organization, and they are moving into their 2nd year next year. They've raised just about $3,500 this year to support some things for the kids, to support a little bit of the Disney trip. And next year they're really looking to continue that fundraising push to help support things in the future. Their whole goal is to help enrich the musical experience of these kids through things like trips and like bringing artists in and providing them opportunities to go and hear live musicians. So it's really, really valuable. If your student was on the Disney trip, or even if you've ever just taken them to a concert, they've gone to see something like that, they know and you know how awesome it is to experience music outside of school. So their work and their support, what they provide, is really, really important. Their next meeting is at 3 Figs. It's Tuesday, June 11th at 6:30. We're looking to get as many parents involved as we can. We have some fundraisers coming up. They're hoping to do something at Suffield on the Green, and some other fundraisers as we move through the year. So we really encourage people to get involved. Importantly, they're also looking for someone to step in to the secretary position for next school year. So if you're interested in that, I encourage you to reach out to one of the parents who's on the board. So Gwen Bishop, I'm sure, is out there in the audience. Laura, hi Gwen, sitting over there. Laura Tinarella is out there as well, and I know our president could not make it tonight. Laura's in the back. Our president could not make it tonight, but Andrea Markovich. Or you can certainly come and speak to me as well, and we can get you connected. So, with that being said, please get involved in the booster organization. On to our last piece. Our last piece is music from The Greatest Showman. This is going to feature a whole bunch of soloists. Let's see if I can remember them in order. Wow. McKenna LePage on the flute. We'll hear from next Kylie, right? Is that the order? Kylie Cinderella, Nyan Deep Tamalapalli on the alto saxophone. Meg Beach She didn't want me to say her name. On the baritone. We hope you enjoy music from The Greatest Showman.